he saying? What's up, guys? Chris with Chef Sports Cards here. We are doing 2021 Topps Pro Debut, third case break number one. I'm running a few minutes behind. It's 10:46, so we're going to start at 10:50. So just hang out for a few, and we'll get rolling. Thanks for joining us tonight. Do. Let's see here. Do. Okay. What's up, boys? Sorry, we're sending some invoices there. Wayne, John, Chris, Eddie. Eddie, how you doing, buddy? We haven't seen you in a little while. Thanks for joining us tonight. Yes, Pro Debut, as always, looks awesome. I love Pro Debut. I do. And yes, there are better products, but I certainly don't think there's anywhere that you can get some top autographs at such a reasonable price as far as like breaks and stuff go. And you guys know a lot of times the breaks that I choose to do is so that everybody can afford to get in them. And we could do full cases and do all that, but I want to make it where people can buy into a break for 15 or 20 bucks and be able to get something out of it. You know what I mean? And we kind of, if you don't know, and I actually brought this up earlier in the week, and I'm sure many of you know now, but when I got the case I have two cases. When I got them earlier in the week, I noticed the 4 autographs per box on here because I bought the hobbies instead of the jumbos. Now, originally it was put out that it was going to be 4 hits per box, but it was going to be 2 autos guaranteed and then relics or relic autos or whatever. I called my distributor. They didn't have an answer for me. Actually called Topps and asked them. And this shocked me, to be honest with you. The reason there's 4 autographs in here is because there was no minor league baseball last year, so they didn't have relics to make, which it shocks me that Topps doesn't have a billion jerseys laying around, you know, but it also kind of shows you that they're legitimate in the jerseys that they use, you know. So rather than kind of welching on the boxes or this and that, they just went to 4 autographs. Now, the crazy part of it is jumbos only have 3 autographs in them, but jumbos have the chrome cards in them. So that's, you know, where the difference is. But again, I think it's a pretty interesting kind of look inside of how legitimate these companies are. A company like Topps, like, okay, we can't produce relics because there was no minor league baseball last year. Well, I'm sure they have a Wander jersey from a couple years ago sitting around somewhere they could use, but that's not the way they went. So, anyway, all right, guys, what is going on? It's Christmas Chef Sports Cards here. Again, we're doing 2021 Topps Pro Debut, third case break number one. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Back to baseball, back to my love. Football always makes me a little jittery when we do it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We are a little bit about us. We've been around for over 3 years now. We break mostly baseball, a little bit of everything else mixed in. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading, and we ship as quickly as we can, usually next day or Monday from the weekend. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We do a free break every 1,000 subscribers return. It's a big break, couple $1,000 worth of boxes. You want a chance to get into it, all you have to do, subscribe to the channel. Your name goes in the random, and who knows, maybe you grab a spot in the break. We got another one coming up real soon. We're like 25 away from the next, flipping 1,000 again. So we'll be doing one very, very soon. So if you want a chance to get into it, hit that subscribe button. One more thing. Invoices have been a little bit of an issue lately, or not invoices, but combined shipping. I brought this up last week. I want to bring it up again. If you're buying more than one team, please try and wait for that invoice, or email me and ask me for an invoice if you can't wait. You're trying to go to bed or do whatever. That's cool. Unfortunately, as soon as you pay your shipping, eBay takes their money and they take a portion of the shipping, the 20%, or there's close to that amount. So if I go and refund you the difference, I can't even refund you the full amount of the difference because eBay's already taken theirs. Also, if you buy a team earlier in a break and then buy another one later, but you've already paid for the first one, let me know. I can't see that you've already paid. So, that way I can fix your next invoice for you. So just email me and let me know. No, I'm not getting jumbos. I got 2 cases of hobby, unless, I don't know, if the 2 cases of hobby go well, maybe we will, but I'm not planning on getting the jumbos. No. That is my new Randall Cunningham that I just bought recently, the quarterback of my youth. I showed this off in the last one. I love it. Awesome autograph. Randall Cunningham was the man. All right, let's go over the teams and get into it. All righty. D-backs, Michael B. Braves, Jeffrey L. Orioles, William W. Red Sox, Michael R. Cubs, Kyle G. White Sox, John O. Reds and Indians, Jeffrey L. Rockies, Alan W. Tigers, Daniel R. Royals, Kevin L. Astros, Eric M. Angels, Phil K. Dodgers, Jeffrey M. Brewers, John T. And Twins, Chris F. Marlins, Aaron J. Mets, Stephen G. Yankees, Michael R. A's, Matt B. Phillies and Pirates, Sean T. Cardinals, Matt J. Padres, Daniel R. Giants, Harold Z. Mariners, Eddie K. Rays, Michael R. Rangers, Jeffrey R. Blue Jays, Johnny W. And Nationals, Aaron J. All right, I gotta fix my one fan. It's a little too hard. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. Oh, hold on, my camera's gonna move for a second. All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. We'll do the second third of this case. We're doing tomorrow night. We're going to be here tomorrow night also with Pro Debut and Topps Chrome Blasters tomorrow night. So if you'd like to join us, we would love to have you. And draft, if you're in draft, will be coming up at midnight. Gave me a little extra time on this one tonight just to check it out. But all right, Isaiah Green, Martinez, Casey Martin, 87 draft pick. Vladdy for the Senators. That's Vladdy Daddy. Hearns, Matten, Nolan Jones. It's a shame. I hate the nameplates on this design so much. They're so small. It's the only thing I don't like about it. The rest of the design I like just fine, but Yolbert Sanchez, Schuster, and numbered to, since it's there, let's see, numbered to 50, Petey Halpin for the Indians. Gold Petey Halpin. Jeffrey. There you go, bud. Petey Halpin for the Indians. Yeah, I might. You never know. Nick Gonzalez. That's kind of cool with the numbered draft pick. This is, year is that too? The throwback is to 90s, blah, 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 something. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember which year that design was. All right, Lang, Vukovic, Cade Cavalli, Riviera. Swaggerty. Vasilasi with the heat. Nico Williams, Clayton Beater, Hayden Cantrell. I am not, I'll be honest, I'm not 100% familiar with the photo variations yet. I did look at them briefly today, so if you guys notice one that I missed, please. I'm not sure if they're flipped upside down or not, but Jared Kalenic. These are kind of cool with the 3 pictures on them. What do they call them? These major scale. There's autographed versions of these too. That'd be pretty cool. There's a Torkelson, #1 draft pick. Oh man, look at that. Sorry about that, guys. I'm telling you, man, I have to retire this thing one day. I just refuse to do it. The problem is I can't find another one. I keep trying to find a tripod with a suction cup like the one I have, and I just can't find another one like this anyway. The Sea Dogs, Brian Mata for the Portland Sea Dogs. That's the other thing too, is few of the teams have changed this year, names and stuff like that. This pack feels heavy. Just be a lot of cards. Foscue, Soderstrom. There's a Griffey. San Bernardino Spirit. Shoemake. Tink Hence. Jordan Nwongo. 91, yeah, 91. Thank you. Lofton, Langoliers, and our next hit is Dax Fulton for the Marlins, #40 draft pick, Dax Fulton. Complete high school pitching record, not available. Was that? Well, the stats weren't available from the 20. Oh, because it was 20, so he didn't pitch. That's why. Very strange. The Marlins is Aaron. Good buddy. Gilbert. Kerstadt, #2 overall pick. Marte. Aaron Sabato. Jared Kalenic. There he is. So, has anybody seen a Jared Kalenic auto pulled from a Topps Chrome box yet? Because I have yet to see one pulled. I know they're short printed and this and that. And then, like a couple days ago, I was looking on eBay. And I couldn't even find one on there. I think they're bullshit. Oh, here's my man. Oh, there he is. Xavier Edwards. Love this dude. Love this dude. Sticker auto on that one. Yeah, the other ones are stickers too. Okay. Xavier Edwards for Tampa. Yes. Michael, here you go, bud. Didn't even realize the other ones were stickers too. Very nice. Cavalli. Maybe they'll shove some bonus autos in these ones too. They did with Gypsy Queen. Tyler Soderstrom. Doesn't cost much to pay these guys for their autos. You know. They get like pennies on the dollar compared to the pro guys. What are redemptions? Patrick Bailey, Clayton Beater. Who's a redemption in this, John? Mason Wynn. Adley Rutschman Power. Drew Waters. Oh, for Kalenic. You saw two out of Topps Chrome? Okay. Yeah, no, I redemption or not, I haven't seen any. That's why I was just curious, and I hadn't seen any for sale on eBay. Now that was a few days ago too, in fairness. So, although I was in a triple case last night, and it was brutal. It was really brutal. For Toronto, Trent Palmer. The crazy part was too, it was a player draft, and I actually set it up where I actually got Pavin Smith. I got the player that I wanted, well, one of the players that I wanted, and ended up getting one base auto. And then the guy from Houston who I like a lot, Taylor Jones or whatever his name is, I've been buying a lot of his stuff too. He's a pretty good player quietly. I think in a couple of years he could be, might be worth a little investment at this time. Got a blue. Braden Shoemake for the Bravos. Numbered 14 of 150 on the Braden Shoemake. No, Edwards got traded to Tampa Bay like a year and a half ago. Braden Shoemake. Bases are going for like 200. Okay. Damn. Sorry, guys. This is really driving me crazy tonight. All right, come on. Stay down the way you're supposed to. Sorry about that. Let's get the focus back in. All right, Hendrick. Yeah, Xavier Edwards went to Tampa Bay in the Blake Snell deal, I believe. I'm almost positive that's what it was. So that was like a year and a half ago. So he's been with them for a while now. But he was with the Padres at one point. Cabrera Heat. Carson Tucker. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of them all, you know? I get it. I get that way too. I'm like, wait a second. He's where? How did that happen? Especially right after the trade deadline. I mean, his was a while ago, but like this past trade deadline, it's like, wait. Who went where? Although in this it doesn't. We go by the checklist. So whatever team the checklist says, hey, there's your buddy Garrett Mitchell. Um, Whatever team the checklist says is where they go. So like, you know, Austin Martin has an autograph in here. He still goes to Toronto. He doesn't go to, Minnesota or Cooper Armstrong or whoever else just got traded out there in the world. There's a Blaze. Hey, there's Joe Mauer, Kobe Maya, Jordan Walker. Kyle Stowers, Criswell. And there we go. James Beard. It's auto number 5, I believe, isn't it? Yeah. James Beard for the White Sox is John. There you go, buddy. James Beard. When he's not hitting baseballs, he's cooking food. A little culinary humor out there for a few of you. Yeah, no, I know. It's, well, first of all, there's so many autograph subjects. I mean, it's brutal. It's what, 132 autograph subjects in Chrome this year? I mean, we were in like I said, I was in a 3-caser yesterday. And don't get me wrong, I've seen, good cards pulled, but to be honest with you, I mean, in my estimation, yes, if you get a Brian Hayes gold auto, great. If you get, whatever, one of the top. But the money in Chrome is in the rookies, the refractors, the colors, you know what I mean? Like, and look, Topps Chrome Refractor rookies are my favorite cards. Like, maybe out of all the cards that are out there. And, you say, well, that's stupid. Wouldn't you rather have a gold or this stuff? But refractors are at least a little more attainable. You know what I mean? And they always sell well, especially if you get them graded and this and that, whatever. But, I mean, out of 3 jumbo cases, that's 120 autos in that break I was in last night. There was not a single top 25 auto pulled in that break. Like, Deivi Garcia might have been the best auto pulled in that whole break out of 3 cases, which, that's crazy. There's Austin Martin. And Carlos Rodriguez, numbered 5 of 50. For the Carolina Mudcats. The Mudcats is who now? Yes, I think blasters are a good way to go. Well, we're going to check some out tomorrow night. We have a blaster break tomorrow night, and then I have some more coming into for next week. I do still have some jumbos that we're going to do next week, too. And look, like I said, you pull one card, it could be massive, but there's way too. It's kind of the same problem they run into with draft. Now, the only difference with draft is there's 25 guys in draft who have serious value if you pull the right card, even more sometimes, But there's always a lot of autograph subjects in that. I mean, a good product, and this is just in my estimation, shouldn't have more than like 70 autograph subjects. Then you have a good shot at pulling, someone you want to. But I mean, look, technically that break I was in yesterday, you're doing 3 jumbo cases, and there's no way everybody's getting an auto. There's only 120 autos, 132 subjects, Torkelson. So it's tough when there's that many, and draft tends to run that way too, where there's usually, if you go to Bowman or Bowman Chrome, they'll have 72, 74 autograph subjects, but then you get to draft and there's, 108. you know. Daniel Cabrera for the Tigers. 62nd draft pick. Cronenworth trade. The Cronenworth trade. Okay. It was one of those. Wasn't that a big deal there? Weren't there other players involved in that trade too? For Daniel. There you go, buddy. Julio Rodriguez. Well, that's worked out for the Padres so far. I think it'll work out for Tampa Bay too. Xavier Edwards is a hell of a player, but we'll see. He's still young. He's got a little time. Maybe next year we'll see him. Maybe we'll get a call up. Who knows? Tink Hence. Tink Hence. What a great name. Josiah Gray. Flooding the market with autos? No. I think no, I don't. I mean, I don't think any different than usual. I mean, like I said, the Chrome has a high checklist, but Chrome always has a high auto list. So I do think maybe they're flooding the market a little bit with blaster boxes, to be honest with you. Which obviously, because of the issues from last year, I suppose they needed to. But there's a lot of readily available blasters out there. That's kind of surprising. Online and whatever. I mean, right now, if you go on Target, there's like 8 different blasters you can buy there at baseball. O'Neal Cruz for the Curve for Pittsburgh, 30 of 150. So I do kind of wonder how much they jack that up, but I don't think they would necessarily change that with something like Chrome. Like it's too. In some cases, they have to really protect the product to, keep its legitimacy. You don't need to keep legitimacy of Stadium Club, even though I love Stadium Club, think it's a great product, but if they overprint it a little bit, so be it, But with Chrome, I don't know that they would necessarily do that. Who knows? Who knows what they're thinking these days with all the craziness that's going on and this whole Fanatics thing and whatever. I mean, who knows where it's going to go? I mean, I've talked about this the last couple weeks. I don't think anything's going to change much for us as the consumers, breakers, whatever, from this whole Fanatics thing. I think it's going to be a lot of the same, just, a different master controlling it. I will be interested to see what happens with the Topps name. I cannot imagine that they're not going to figure out some way to still get the Topps name on baseball cards, whether it's through a purchase of the company or some sort of licensing agreement or whatever. It would just seem ridiculous to me to let that go. There's a gold Tyler Brown for Houston. 35 of 50. And I mean, look, John, I'm sure they stepped up production a little bit this year after what happened last year. And as crazy as it is, my son actually said to me, if, maybe they're a little more readily available because there is some of the luster taken off of not going out and finding them, which I know sounds a little crazy, but he might be right too. Like as much as people might like the card, some people like the search too. That's why people are getting so crazy about it. But no, I don't feel like it is necessarily. Especially because they've been delayed on so many products and keep backing stuff up. I mean, I know that might be a little bit out of their hands with staffing issues at printing companies and whoever they use out there these days, but. I mean, they have backed up so much stuff this year that sometimes it feels like they're dropping a lot at one time. House. And we got a couple of years till we have to deal with the whole Fanatics thing anyway, so we'll see how that all plays out. Eric Pena. Riley Green Power. Heliot Ramos. That's a guy who's kind of forgotten about. He's a good player. The Giants, man, they're a monster team out there. Who'd have thunk it at the beginning of the year? Everyone was laying their money on San Diego. It's going to be the Giants. Now, orange coming up. Brian Belvis. Buelvas. I am not familiar with Brian here. Buelvas. Number 11 of 25 for Oakland. Oakland is Matt. I'll tell you who is driving me crazy though is the post office again. If any of you guys are having issues, please. I keep apologizing profusely. It's not a lot, but things were good there for a while, and now they seem to be. And honestly, not so much with you guys. It's more me not getting things when I'm supposed to. Like the blaster break tomorrow night. I was supposed to receive these blaster boxes like 5 days ago. Garcia Parra. I still haven't. I had to go and pay, like way overpay for some more to be sure I had them for tomorrow night, which is fine. You know, I mean, I would rather have them than cancel the break, but I called FedEx and they use the stupid Smart Post thing, which is the worst. When FedEx sends stuff, but they use the post office to do it. And it's like, well, what's the point of paying for FedEx if you're just going to use the post office anyway? Werner Blakely for the Angels. Werner Blakely. That's quite an autograph he's got there. Hometown Detroit, Michigan. Born in 2002. My, oh my. Oh my, oh my. Wow. Werner Blakely. There he is. Gosh, 2002. How old was I in 2002? Jeez. I was like 27, 28 years old when this kid was born. Fanatics deal might hurt the distributor when anything. Yeah, I don't believe that to be so at all. I mean, I don't think it's going to touch distributors. First of all, distributors have contracts in place that will either have to be bought out or amended somehow. But you know, I've heard other people bring that up, and I'm not saying you're not right to a point, because yes, they do have but the sheer amount of cards that are sold in the world, Fanatics could not handle doing that through one website. You just couldn't. And there are so many other products and other companies out there. I just can't see distributors going anywhere. Now, as far as direct to people, you know, for retail, yes, they'll, you know, but for wholesale or for what you call second level distributing, which is like blowout, is like what you call second level distributor, where, you know, you get some better pricing, and then if you're a regular buyer, you can get some better pricing and this and that. I don't know. I can't imagine it's going to have a huge impact, but yeah, we'll see. Who knows? I mean, you know, one day they'll be flying drones and dropping them off on our porch anyway. So. It is, look, if, and this is only if, this is, you know, if Fanatics truly was the card manufacturer, you know, for the big three, and then some, you know, but let's say the big three: baseball, football, basketball. You know, I don't even know that they necessarily want to be able to just go, okay, everybody go to a website and get it from here and do this and do that. I mean, there's a portion of it that, from whether it's distributors, whether it's LCSs, whether it's department stores, whether it's Walmart, whether it's Walgreens, whether it's whoever, that all plays into continuing to grow this business, And I understand that this business is on a crazy upswing and has been for the last 2 years. For Detroit, again, Colt Keith autograph. And yes, all signs point to this is the way things will continue. There's people with more money involved in it. The prices are higher, this, that, whatever. But there is a bit of a bubble to it that'll, burst a little bit at some point. Hopefully not to the dramatic ends of the early 2000s in this industry. And the bubble that burst in the late 90s into the 2000s, they had to reinvent the card business, and they did. They started doing the autographs, the refractors, of this, to that. Not that they didn't do them before, but they weren't a regular thing. And numbering cards, which I still think was probably the biggest thing they could have done in the business. Hunter Bishop, numbered 15 of 99. I know they used to do it, and we've all got cards from the 90s, like, randomly here and there that are numbered, and it's like, here's set number 10,725 out of 250,000 or whatever. But the fact that they limited things dramatically has played a huge role in increasing the value of this hobby for everybody. The fact that there are only 99 of these out there give it value, and in the grand scheme of things, like when you see something like the gold out of like Series 1 that's, numbered to 2021 or whatever, wow, that's a high number. But at the same time, it's really not in the grand scheme of how much of this stuff they're producing and how many people are buying them around the world, Look, Fanatics is going to change some things. There's no doubt about it. I just don't know how much it's going to impact on the bottom level, because you're taking a business that's very successful right now. And yes, you want to make it better, but I don't know that you want to shake it up too much because you are being successful with it, I don't know. And again, none of this is all just personal feeling. I just, I told you guys before, I've read some stuff where people have all these grand theories and this and that, and that's cool. I like reading them just like anyone does, and I agree with some and I disagree with some, but I think in the end it's not going to be nearly as painful as we all think it's going to be. In fact, I don't even think we're going to notice, other than possibly some new names on new products, and who knows, maybe, I don't think Topps is going anywhere. They have soccer, they have, among a million other things they can still do, Jared Kelly, numbered 72 of 150 for the White Sox. For John. On top of wrestling and, I don't know, cricket and whatever else they produce around the world, That's one thing we tend to forget, too. They produce worldwide, They do produce stuff outside of this country. So, obviously losing the baseball contract is a major, major blow to Topps. But I don't think it's what puts them down, unless they want it to, by being bought or whatever. Ooh, Justin Foscue. Nice one for Texas. This dude's been killing it this year. Justin Foscue. Who knows? I don't know. I could be totally wrong about everything. I just hope. I guess in a way, I'm just hope I'm not. That's the biggest thing. I like the way the hobbies become. I don't like some things. Don't get me wrong. It's, but I'm glad that the hobby's being forced into the spotlight more, and that people are taking notice of it. I'm not necessarily always happy with the people it's attracting, because there are some people it's attracting that aren't, the best for the hobby, but who knows? We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. I'm surprised they're getting the guy from StockX to run the whole thing. I mean, I know they got involved in cards and everything, but the sneaker guy. Tristan Casas for the Red Sox, numbered to 10. 8 of 10, Tristan Casas. That's a nice hit. Very nice for the Red Sox. Michael, there you go, buddy. There you go, Michael. Caraway and Daniel Cabrera. Royce Lewis Power, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Austin Hendrick. Major scale Royce Lewis, Asalasi, Petey Halpin. Cole Henry, Mason Wynn. I do wonder, we were talking about blasters before, when Target is going to get Topps Chrome Blasters. I have not seen them or heard of them being on their site, but people have told me they've found them at Walmart. So I don't know. Look, I'm not the best guy in the world with tracking down things on Target. I know there's people out there who are better at it than I am, but I have been trying the past month to every day check the Target website to see if something's up. And it seems like Wednesdays are the days they've been dropping stuff. And of course, the one day I forgot to check is the day that, like, Select Football, Select Basketball, there was all kinds of stuff up there like 2 weeks ago, and I missed it all. I have not seen Chrome, though. Brandon Howlett. Who is the Drive? Greenville Drive. Have fallen into the drive only because Brandon was signed anyway by aggressive Red Sox. Raw Power. Oh, I guess he's the Red Sox. It must be one of those new teams. I'm not familiar with that one. Brandon Howlett. I will double check just to make sure, but it looks like it's a Red Sox. Which would be Michael again. There we go. Kobe Mayo. It's funny. There's a guy. For those of you who don't know me, I live right outside of Philadelphia. We've talked about it many times, but so there's this guy. I have his name somewhere. It's like I know him, and we text each other like almost like every other day, but I've never actually met the guy. And it's kind of a little bit of an odd story. We had a break of something maybe 3 or 4 months ago that didn't come in when it was supposed to. Like, it was supposed to ship. It kind of like what I'm going through with the Topps Chrome Blasters right now. And I didn't want to cancel the break, so I went on eBay. And I don't know, I'm sure many of you know this, but if you ever notice, you can actually search for products that are closest to you. So, like, you can go in and put in Topps Chrome Blaster lot of, say, 10, and then put in nearest to you, and it'll say, well, this person's selling 10 and they're within 5 miles of you or whatever. And I reached out to this guy because I needed something. I was like, listen, I'm stuck. I need these today. Can I come pick them up from you? And he was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And I paid, and he's like, I'll put them on my porch. He told me where he lived, and it was actually like right near my business. And I went and picked them up. So ever since then, we've had this like kind of weird friendship that's been through text message. We've never met each other, but we've both bought stuff from each other. I've bought things from him a bunch of times because he knows that I'm a breaker. He knows stuff I'm looking for. So he'll be like, hey, listen, I just got, 50 of this. Do you want some or whatever? So I actually texted him about the Topps Chrome blasters because I was like, oh, maybe he got some. And he said he was having the same problem I was with the shipping. Tanner Burns. Tanner Burns for the Indians, number 36 draft pick. It's just kind of funny because me and this guy, I mean, literally, we've spent thousands of dollars with each other. We've done transactions with each other probably at least a dozen times. We've never met because, like, he just leaves stuff on his porch or I leave stuff on my front stoop and we just come by and pick it up. um, but he was the one who was telling me that he knows some people were seeing them in Walmarts. Um, the Chrome blasters, and I was like, I'm not even going to try and attempt to go out to Walmart and see if I can find some. I just found a local card shop that had some and bought them at cost from them. Austin Martin, Nick Gonzalez, Keed Cavalli. Matt Manning Heat, Gage Workman, Alika Williams. Jesus, Jared Kalenic, and Torkelson. Wander Franco Power. Jeets. The old Jeters. Wander Franco in his Hot Rods uniform. I was reading this article about Wander Franco the other day about how like he's kind of quietly been doing very well lately, like numbers wise. He hasn't necessarily made the splash that he made when he first came up. For the Phillies, Jamari Baylor, numbered 91 of 150. Man, they got to get that kid a sandwich. He is skinny. Jeez. Let's see. 5'11", 190. I don't think so. He doesn't look 190. But they were talking about like his extra base hits and this and that. Like, and of course everybody wants Wander to come up and, hit 15 home runs in 15 games and this and that. And I mean, I think Wander Franco is going to be a phenomenal player for many years to come. Sean, there you go. But the whole thing was like how people were talking about being disappointed with him, but if you really break down his numbers, especially over the last month or so, like he's been doing very well. More producing than anything, Foscue. Heston Kjerstad. Great name. Heston Kjerstad, he's got to be like Swedish or something with a name like that, right? Not too many Swedish baseball players out there. Soderstrom, State Hendrick Power, Jared Kelly, and Westberg. Although I do miss the like crazy relics they used to put in these every year. It'd be like the shirt of the hot dog vendor from a stadium or whatever. They were fun. Not much value to them, but fun nonetheless. I have a couple of them in my collection that I couldn't give up. I just thought they were too funny. Nanak, Patrick Bailey, Xavier Edwards, Alexander Vargas. Last pack of box 3. How are we doing on time? Willie Mays. Box number 4. Good luck, everybody. After this, we'll do a quick hit recap and get out of here. Like I said, we'll have more of this tomorrow night. I think tomorrow and then next Thursday. I think we have it scheduled right now. But next week, we're going to have some Prism quick pitch. Optic was supposed to come out, but from what I've heard, it's been delayed. I don't know to what date yet, but I have to double check that. We're supposed to have Optic on Wednesday this week, so that kind of sucks. Yeah, Bowman Chrome's coming up. A lot of stuff coming up in September. Triple Threads, which is absurdly expensive, but we'll make sure we have some, because who doesn't love Triple Threads? For the Dodgers, Landon Knack. For Jeffrey. Here you go, buddy. Along with a ton of other stuff. You know, stuff that's been delayed again. The funniest is Big League. I just think Big League is hilarious. I mean, Big League's an inexpensive product, but it's fun. You know, we usually always get a case every year and do it. And it's been delayed like 6 times now. Like, it was originally slated to come out on, like, May 17th. And now I think right now it's back to like September 29th. Like every month they give it a date and then just back it up again. Austin Martin. Casey Martin. Cody Hose. Jared Schuster. Caraway. My droning on put you guys all to sleep, huh? Sorry. I'm talking about much more exciting things than the stupid Fanatics deal to keep everyone awake. Everyone's like, okay, yeah, I don't care. Ed Howard, Rutschman Power, Jordan Walker, and Tanner Burns. JT Ginn and Robert Hassel, pick number 8. A 1/1 Alec Bone Blast. Is that autoed? See, it's a weird. I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, first of all, it's a 1/1, so there's no real need to get it graded. There's only one in the world anyway. So, a few months ago, I might have said a lot more than I'd say right now. But I mean, no auto. Wow, that's a good question. I'm really not sure. As I preach to my son all the time, cards are worth what someone will pay for them, which I know is an asshole answer. You're like, yeah, I get it. If I were listing it myself, I would probably list it for $6.99, somewhere around there. If I were listing it today, Yordis Valdez for the Indians. Now, honestly, he got sent down to AAA, and it's not that he's been necessarily playing horrible. He hasn't been playing great, but there were some space issues on the team, too. Like, there were a few other factors. It wasn't just like, oh, he's terrible, we're sending him down. So I, of course, wouldn't even think of posting it until he came back up and maybe wait for him to start playing better. You know what I mean? Because, again, it's tough. You know, it's just a tough card to make a call on, you know. Now, anyone will tell you, and I agree with this, that you should never post a one-of-one. You should always auction a one-of-one, no matter what, because there's only one in the world. There's no reason to put a price on it. But I would also, if I was auctioning that card, wait until he's playing and playing well, you know. Miguel Vargas to 150 for my favorite team, Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, which is the Dodgers. I just like their name. That's an awesome hit out of a blaster, man. Congrats, man. Nice pull. It's a really nice pull. See, it's also one of those things, too, that let's say Alec Bohm comes back up, starts killing it, which he certainly can. He's certainly capable of being an all-star, a perennial all-star in this league. You know, part of his issues are, I think, the way the Phillies are handling him, too. But, look, here's what I say about something like that. You have a card that's obviously valuable right now. Could you get $500 for it today? Yes. I think you could get $500 for it, no problem. Could you get more? Yes, you probably can. I don't know how much more, but yes, you could. That card potentially could be worth a lot more if you can sit on it and see how he plays, you know. And potentially could be worth a lot more in a very short amount of time if he just comes up and starts popping some homers real quick, you know. This is an expensive hobby. I understand that. And I understand that people need to bring money in to be able to spend more money on the hobby. But with a card like that, if you can afford not to sell it, I would not sell it right now or even consider selling it. I wouldn't even think about it till next year. Now, on the opposite side of that, you take a huge risk. What if the guy never comes back? What if he's never really that good? Well, that's part of this game. You know what I mean? But if he comes back and plays well, as I think he will, the card's always going to have value and could only potentially become worth, who knows? I mean, really, it could, you know, so that's my 2 cents. But look, and again, I've said this in the past many times, I realize this is a very expensive hobby and many people need to bring money in. Oh, here's a nice one right here. Kevin Alcantara autograph for the Yanks. Nice one. For Michael. There you go, buddy. It's a nice hit. But I think, especially if you are newer, and I'm not saying new, I'm just saying newer to the hobby and especially newer to selling, you really have to think about what you're selling things for, because some of these, like eBay, for example, takes so much in fees. You know, I mean, I'm at the point now where even if I want to get rid of something, I would never consider selling anything under like $5 on eBay, because like I see a ton of people sell cards for 99 cents and I'm like, do you know how much you actually pay? When you sell something for a card for 99 cents, you pay 82 cents to eBay. And most people don't realize that. Victor Mesa, 70 of 99. Because most people don't realize that there's the listing fee, there's the transaction fee, there's this, there's that, you know, whatever. And what's the use for 12 cents and selling the card in the end? You know what I mean? You're better off taking a chance on maybe the guy gets better and the card becomes worth $10, you know? So, oh, there's plenty of people out there who'll buy Bomb. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that potentially if Bomb comes up and is crushing, you know, that card could go from being worth $500 to being worth $2,000, you know, very quickly. Aaron. But at the same time, like I said, I understand many people, they need the money. They need to keep turning money over to be able to buy more stuff. And I understand. I did that when I first got back into it. I was the same way for quite a while. But there's some stuff, if you can learn to hold. And look, here's the thing. I've told the stories many times on here. I'm as bad as anyone. I've made a million mistakes. And I've been back into cards for over 10 years now. I still make mistakes with people. But, we all know this is like playing the stock market. You are betting that the guy's going to do better or do worse. I'm selling it now because I don't think he's going to do any better. I'm holding it now because I think he's going to do better. And then the guy goes out tomorrow and gets hit by a car, and guy dies, you're usually screwed. Their value doesn't go up unless they're already Hall of Famer or something. Hudson Haskins for the Orioles, gold to 50. The Orioles is William. No, I'm sorry, Mike. I haven't had a chance to. I know it's sitting there. I just haven't had a chance to take a look at it yet. I was tied up all day yesterday doing sorting and stuff, so I apologize. I will take a look at it in the next few days when I get a chance. Another gold auto. There you go. And believe me, it's my major mistakes that makes me talk, really makes me kind of preach, really thinking about what you're doing. Look, if you got a one of some guy who's, just a one of one, but you got a one of the top rookies. Now, you can cash on it today for sure, but the possibility of cashing much larger is a real possibility, so. Use the force, Luke. That's what I say. And if I were in your position, I would hold that card. That's just me. But you certainly can, for a $20 blaster, you certainly did well, my friend. So congrats either way. You deserve a congrats on that one. And for the Dodgers, Josiah Gray, 21 of 50 for Jeffrey. Well, unfortunately, it's true. And, there's guys out there who have died, and you think their stuff would be worth some, and it's not. Jose Fernandez is one. Oscar Taveras is another. Jordan, whatever his name, from Kansas City, who died. Ventura, their stuff isn't worth anything. I mean, it's really not in the grand scheme of what they were as players. I mean, now, granted, Taveras wasn't around very long, but Fernandez is the one to really look at there. His stuff does not sell good at all, and he was the pitcher for a couple of years there. But unless you've really completed like a Hall of Fame career, dying is terrible for card prices. It really is. I mean, it might not be the nicest thing to say, but it's true. All right, guys, let me put a quick hit recap together. I want to thank everyone as usual for joining us, man. I love hanging out, chit-chatting, and running my mouth until my jaw hurts. As I said, we are going to have more of this tomorrow night and then some more next week. We got a couple cases to go through, so plenty coming up. And, again, I think a great, inexpensive product to be able to pick up some really nice stuff out of. If you aren't with us for our last break of the evening, which is Draft, I want to thank you all for joining us, and hope you'll be safe and healthy out there. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night. All right, bear with me for 1 second longer. I divide all these guys up. How many autos did we end up with? I wasn't even counting, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 autos. So we had one extra in one box. All right. John, thanks for joining me, buddy. Appreciate it. All right, guys, we're doing a hit recap for 2021 Topps Pro Debut, third case break, number one. Let's check out our colorage first. To a 150, Miguel Vargas, Jared Kelly, O'Neal Cruz, and Braden Shoemake. 1099, Victor Mesa, and a runaway. And Hunter Bishop. Golds to 50, we got Josiah Gray, Carlos Rodriguez. We had one orange, Brian Buelvas. I'm fascinated by how to say this guy's name. Anyway, to 25, and then this delicious Tristan Casas to 10. It's a really nice set for Boston. And Casas, he's a monster player, man. If you got some Tristan Casas first sitting around, sit on them, man. You'll be getting some fine money for those very soon. All right, autographs, bases of Knack, Valdez. Nice Alcantara for the Yanks. Tanner Burns, Brandon Howlett, Justin Foscue is a nice one there too. Oh, let's focus in there, Justin. Big fan of Justin Foscue. Colt Keith, Warner Blakely, Daniel Cabrera, James Beard, Trent Palmer, Tasty Xavier Edwards, and Dax Fulton. And then blue, we had one blue to 150 of Baylor for the Phillies. Gold, we had a Hudson Haskins. These are to 50. We actually had three golds. We had a Tyler Brown, and we had a Petey Halpin gold. All right, guys, again, thank you so much for joining me. Please hit that like and subscribe if you can. Like I said, if you're not with us for our last break of the night, please stay safe, stay healthy out there, and we will see you soon. Take care. Bye.